Welcome to the YouTube channel of Legally Trust. This video is one of the series of educational videos that will be available on this channel under the category General Awareness.
Hello friends, today we'll be discussing the topic of licensing under Motor Vehicles Act 1988. Procurement of driver's license is a mandate under the said act because when a person drives a car, he needs to be competent enough to take care of himself and also not to harm anyone else on the road. This competence has to be recognized by the state and a valid authorization is to be given to that person to drive the vehicle. That is where the concept of driver's license comes into picture. It simply means that the person is licensed by the state to drive the particular vehicle. Now, there are different classes of vehicles which run on the road. There are private cars which are known as light motor vehicles, there are transport vehicles, and therefore the procedure that is required for obtaining license for these separate vehicles are also different, and these different procedures may also entail certain additional stipulations along with them. For example, if I as an individual is going to obtain a license for a light motor vehicle, so I don't need to produce a medical clearance for the same. But if I'm seeking to obtain a driver's license regarding a transport vehicle, then I need to show medical clearance about the same. And Section 7 of the Act also states that if I want to seek a license for a transport vehicle, then I need to have the license for a light motor vehicle for at least 1 year. Now, this is the example of an additional stipulation which is put in place. The rationale behind putting these additional stipulations in place is because these vehicles are a different class and the responsibility which comes on a person with the authorization to drive the vehicle is separate. Elaborating further, if I'm a person who's driving a transport vehicle, I have more responsibility because the burden is more. I have to take care of a lot of other things. But if I'm just a person who's driving my light motor vehicle, then there are less responsibilities on my shoulder and normal competence to take care of myself, the vehicle and others on the road is sufficient for me to get a driver's license. But if I am seeking license for a transport vehicle, then I need to be extra careful for factors such as the transport vehicles are bigger in size, they need more care, they can cause more damage if mishandled. Such simple things are the reasons why there are additional stipulations and additional factors which have to be mitigated for the reasons that are given, such as protecting everyone else on the road. That is why these additional stipulations are important and are set in place so that person who obtains the license is well aware of the circumstances that he is willing to put himself in. These licenses, once granted, are also subject to being revocated. This can happen on account of habitual drinking, being a drug addict, being involved in criminal activities or using the vehicles in commission of a crime. The rationale behind this is that once a person obtains an authorization from the state to drive a vehicle, it does not mean that they can misuse this authorization any way they want. It means that they are legally in a capacity to drive a vehicle now, they are given the authorization to drive the vehicle, but they still have to abide by certain laws and duties for the same. And when they breach these laws, such as driving a vehicle in a rash and negligent manner. Now, for example, when I'm given a driver's license, so a duty is upon me to drive my vehicle in a safe and secure manner. But when I drive my vehicle under the influence of alcohol, or if I commit an offense using my vehicle, all these actions are in breach of those duties imposed on me. That is why these can be grounds for revocation of my license. However, in cases of license being revocated, the reasons are to be recorded in writing, which are appealable within 30 days before the prescribed authority. Now, validity of driver's license also differs from vehicle to vehicle. For the same reason, every class of vehicle is separate, the responsibility which comes along is separate, even the validity is separate. If I am a person who has obtained driver's license for a light motor vehicle, then the validity of that license is up to 20 years. But if I have obtained a license for a transport vehicle, then the validity is scaled down to only 3 years. And even then, if the license given to me is for using a vehicle for transportation of hazardous and dangerous goods, then the validity is scaled down to just 1 year, and the renewal is subject to me undergoing a crash course about the responsibilities and the precautions that I need to take while handling such dangerous goods in the vehicle. This is also done for the same reason that every vehicle comes with different set of responsibilities and there are different circumstances which the person has to tackle with respect to the vehicle that he is driving. That is the same reason why if I am going to obtain a license for a transport vehicle, I need medical clearance. But if I'm going to obtain a license for a light motor vehicle, I don't need medical clearance. Even the minimum required age for obtaining a learner's license is different for all these vehicles. If I am a person who wants to obtain a learner's license for a light motor vehicle, the minimum required age is 18, whereas for a transport vehicle, it's 20. Therefore, to conclude, obtaining a driver's license is a mandate under Motor Vehicles Act. Section 3 places this mandate and this mandate cannot be circumvented. Any breach of this law, meaning driving a vehicle without a driver's license, attracts stipulations which are given in section 181 of the Act, which even involve imprisonment up to 3 months. These provisions indicate that it's a mandate to have a valid driver's license, for the simple reason that the state needs to be able to track and trace the driver in case of any violations or any breach of law which occurs, to be able to correct them. So to conclude, I'd like to say that therefore obtaining a driver's license is a very crucial aspect to be able to drive. It's a mandate which cannot be circumvented, and the procedure for obtaining the license is separate for different class of vehicles, solely based on the classification of those vehicles and the responsibilities and duties which come along with them. I hope the video was informative. Thank you so much for listening.
Hope the information contained in this video was useful to you. We look forward to each one of your support and cooperation in making this initiative a success. For more details about the trust, do visit us at www.legalaidtrust.in. Kindly subscribe this channel and click on the bell icon to get the latest updates about various law-related educational videos. Thank you for watching us and have a good day.